angst, anxiety has always stopped me from doing things all my life. I was always too afraid to try new things, and climate crisis, COVID, and having children, the big 3 Cs, didn't help. In contrary, they fueled my anxieties. But now I can handle it, at least a little bit better. Hi, I'm Ian DeBay, self-entitled comedian, overthinker, and anxiety collector. I got like a phobia scrapbook where I collect my social anxiety, my fear of failure, and my Germophobia. That's the fear of Germans, isn't it? And it's also called German angst. Sorry, English is not my first language. And I have many other anxieties. But bad for you, speaking in English isn't one of them. Maybe we can trade some anxieties. Maybe you have a scrapbook too where you collect your anxieties, because the chances are high you have some. And looking at the world right now, all these fears seem reasonable. Many people have anxieties today, are afraid of something, have some phobia. Maybe you too. Maybe that's the reason why you clicked on this video. For a long time I used humor and sarcasm as a coping mechanism for my anxieties. It's not the best way, probably, to do so, but it worked, for a time at least. Let's get serious for a moment. I am not a therapist. Anxieties can be a real sickness. Please don't be ashamed and let's get it treated. Ask for help. I can't treat your anxieties. I can hardly deal with my own, although it got better, but more on that later. All I can do on this channel is talk about my anxieties and why I believe so many people have them right now. And hopefully I do it in an entertaining way, so we can enjoy the time together. And maybe we'll have a laugh too. But if you have the feeling you need help, please search for help. You will find professionals somewhere in your city. Please do so. You are not alone. You will find help. Anyways, we are doomed. Climate crisis, biodiversity, war, fascism, and parents-in-law, all terrifying and threatening. No wonder we all have anxiety. During COVID, it was especially hard for me. All the threatening things around me. And I don't mean my wife and my kids. Okay, they are germ spinners. And sometimes I'm afraid of them. But that was not the reason why during COVID, during the pandemic, the time was hard for me, like it was for everyone. It was the sickness itself I didn't recover from for nearly 18 months. That weakened me. And that is always an intensifier for fear. Never watch a horror movie when you're sick. Or a children's cartoon. They are really terrifying. Terrifying was also how politics handled the pandemic, at least here in Austria, but also globally. It was an exceptional time, and people make mistakes. But the problem was the politicians made the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. That's not acceptable. They gave a damn about kids and families. They ended the lockdowns too soon, so we needed another lockdown only a few months later. All they did was listening to the mob, not to the experts. This made me angry, made me feel overwhelmed, made me feel lost, made me anxious how we can get out of this shit again. 2019, after Greta Thunberg. Whoa, ho ho ho, the next disputatious topic after COVID. Now, the last video has clicked off, and I'm wondering why I don't get any views. But hear me out, it will make sense. Maybe. With Greta, think of her what you want, was finally momentum in climate activism. Finally, it looked like we could make it. Politicians woke up. Then COVID hit, and at first it seemed that the world could work together and solve the problem, get out of the pandemic together. We achieved things we have never dreamt of before. There was a thought in the back of the mind, at least in my little brain. And this thought was, maybe if this is over, we can solve the climate crisis. And yes, I'm naive and stupid. Well, of course, right-wing and conservative politicians who feared they may lose some money, played with the fear of the people, so they fight the good policies. And so they were killing a potential better future for all of us. And that made me, and maybe you, anxious. And now we are here, all of us, full of fear. The ones afraid of migrants and the deep state, the others afraid of climate, war and fascism. And we are frozen, but we need to let it go. Oh man, the kids ruined my cineast's life. We have to overcome the paralysis that fear triggers in us. We have to get shit done. I'm better now with handling my anxieties because on the one side I'm not sick all the time anymore, and even more, I made therapy that helped me a lot. Because the overwhelming situation during the pandemic was only an extrinsic trigger for my untreated anxieties. While in normal times I could deal with it making bad jokes and sarcasm, but in these extreme times it didn't help anymore. And it's not only me. I guess it's our whole society that has big problems and we don't talk about it. That frightens us. Capitalism is crashing. Our planet is dying. Our democracies get destroyed. And all the streaming services are producing are bad remakes of 90s TV shows or something with Mr. Beast. We all, as society and our system, we need therapy to handle our fears, to connect again and make the world great again. This beautiful world. I can't do Trump. How do we do that? I don't know. Sorry, I know that's a bummer because you clicked this video because you maybe wanted some answers for these questions. If you haven't stopped watching this video till now, you're either a saint or asleep or dead. Oh my God, I don't hope you are dead. Somebody call the ambulance! But life is in the realm of the unknown. To accept that we don't have the answer to all our questions may be the first step out of our anxiety. But I weren't an old white man if I wouldn't tell you what to do anyways. I highly suggest do therapy if possible. I know there are too few therapy places, and if there are some, it's too expensive. This system sucks. But maybe there is a support group in your city that you can join for free. Or maybe there's a non-toxic place in the internet where you can talk with others about your anxieties. If you do know such place, please post it in the comments. You are not alone. We are all sickles. I'm here handling my fears, talking about it, and maybe you have fun watching me struggle. And maybe you can get something out of it too. But therapy can't be everything we do for our system. Our system needs to be fixed. And if you follow me for some time, by the way, like and subscribe, you know it's a hard thing to do. Because there's so much to fix and some powerful people working actively against it. What you can do is take very small steps. Support petitions, follow creators and influencers online, like and share their content so they get more reach. And if you are brave, very brave, to call your representative. Or if you don't like to call people like I do, then write them and tell them that there is a crosswalk missing or something. Just something small. This won't change the system, but it's a very first step in the right direction, and it can motivate you, if you see that it works, to do more. It will help us overcome our angst, and gives us the power to do more, to change the system. It's only small steps and it's a long road. It's very annoying. But as long as you aren't Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates, it's the only thing we can do. And if you are one of these three, could you lend me a dime? Or a million? I have done it myself. I'm political active in my community now. That's something I couldn't have imagined a year ago. And it's tedious how long everything takes, how small the steps are. But when I look back, I'm in a much better place now than I was before. I'm just at the beginning of my journey. And if I could do it, you can do it too. For sure. Stay safe. Till next time.